Are you a druid shapeshift into a wolf? Legally, you have to tell me if you're a druid shapeshift into a wolf.
It puts its head sideways.
That's not what druids have to do at all.
I don't know who told you that, but that's definitely not what no one has to do that.
But also, if the druids take you to their circle, they don't have to give you a sending stone. There's no requirement for them to do that either. It's something the bards made up for it to make for good narrative beats. I've been lying to you.
It does seem to understand that you want it to show you where the little person is.
Yep. Sweet.
Okay, we'll follow its lead and see where it takes us.
Although
I guess this dog gonna hunt.
It also gives Blitzen sort of if you could figure out confused on a wolf, it sort of screws up its little face and looks at you and looks up you down and is confused and then just kind of takes off.
Just as a quick point of clarity, I don't think its little face is a phrase that could ever be applied to any flavor of wolf.
Yeah, this is
That's
true.
That's true. It's giant. It's giant.
Yeah. Look at its little face. I can fit my head in its mouth.
Cocks one ear, puts an ear down, and kind of screws up sideways jaw as it looks at you, and then turns around and runs away. And runs, but looks back.
Cool, we'll follow it.
Yeah,
we're definitely following that one. At this point, given that speed seems to be of the essence, Jackie's going to start doing the Iceman thing. So creating a skid of ice that he can just slide along.
Nice, yeah.
Because he's a water genasi who is Jack Frost, but a monk.
Yeah,
yeah.
For those of our viewers who were born after the 1980s, it's more like Frozone.
So
sure. Yeah.
And for anyone born after 2000, it's a little bit like Elsa.
Yeah. So as you're galloping along, sliding along, riding something along, I wasn't sure exactly what Puddle was doing. And
I think Puddle, would have seen them take off and been and then clambered up onto Blitzen.
Yeah. So you're kind of making tracks through here. Blitzen, you realize you're following who did the survival check? That was Puddle. So Puddle, as you're on the back of Blitzen, you realize you're basically running parallel to that same kind of trail that you saw before. And as you watch Blitzen crash through this forest at pace, it's breaking twigs and stuff at about the same height. So you're you can kind of put two and two together there. So as you're kind of
I think we're on the right track.
And this wolf sort of comes skidding to a halt where the forest seemed to clear out. Just suddenly too. It was dense, and then there's just a clearing. Yeah.
Can I see the sky?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. Oh, that feels better.
Yeah, and in this clearing is a small wooden building in the center of it. You see a door in this small building, but it's barely it looks like it might have room for maybe one or two people standing upright kind of close together if they were in that building. It's very small.
So it looks like a dock hut.
Pretty much. And then there does actually seem to be a stables area, very stable looking with hay and with bowls and with big troughs of water, and you see reindeer coming and going from these. They're not pinned in, there's no gates, there's no fences, they're just wandering over there, having a drink, eating some hay and wandering around the clearing and chilling out.
Do I speak reindeer? I'm a reindeer centaur. Can I communicate with reindeer?
I think
surely it would have been a spoken language at home. Clearly.
At least, right?
Yeah, you probably honestly, there's not that many of you, so it would probably be maybe rusty or but you could speak it. You're not entirely sure if there's
real Texan accent or something.
yeah, you're not sure if there's dialects of it or whatever because you haven't really spoken to that many other people before.
I'm just imagining the documentaries about the K-Town kids in LA who speak Korean with this thick LA accent.
Okay. So just so I'm aware, are there any obstacles in between us and where the stable is?
No, it actually looks to be quite well mowed, eaten, grass. Just with this weird little tiny building in the middle of everything, and then the stables on the far side.
How is the wolf reacting to seeing so many reindeer?
It's pacing on the outskirts, so it hasn't really left the tree line, just kind of pacing there.
Okay, well, I guess we can leave the wolf/druid here for a little while.
It sits.
Yeah, just be stay there, don't move.
It keeps responding to things that I say, and that's not something that a wolf would normally do.
And it lies down with its like head on its paws, like it's in for a long wait.
I don't like that it knows how long we're going to be here.
Yeah. What do you guys do?
I would like to go up and speak with the reindeer, but I think I've been kind of directing us a little bit lately. So if anybody has anything that they want to do, I'm happy to go along.
Do you want to listen? Like, is this like a personal thing? Should we hang back? Like, do you want to?
Reindeer are cool with everyone, baby.
The chat would like to know.
You know, sometimes, you know, when you invite a friend into like your community, and sometimes it's a bit weird because the others don't really know they don't know the vibe.
Looks
you know, and then you arrive and you try and introduce yourself, and then the next thing you know, you got some auntie like booking wedding dates and trying to measure you up for a suit. It's very confusing. I'm
feeling a little like the unannounced +1 to the family holiday dinner. So
I'm like a very close 0.5.
Well, I mean, they're not blind. They're going to see you just like standing 10 feet back, looking at each other and not making eye contact. They're going to know.
Well, I know he's pretty easy to overlook.
Normally, I'd be offended by that, but no, he's right. And I'll like hop down into the grass and just disappear. Like, see?
Yeah.
All right, well, then I guess
the top of the grass is just my hand.
I'll go up to the reindeer then and say, howdy, y'all.
Wait, where did everybody go?
I'll say howdy y'all in reindeer. I said I sound a little Texan to them, so I'm trying to do the Zoolander voice in the Texan slang.
Yeah, you're getting something back which is not what you recognize. Like,
oh, really?
You're like, are they just making like noises?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like language, you know?
Are you guys speaking regular deer? I really only speak the one dialect, so I'm going to need you to like tune into.
If you speak in the middle of you talking to one of them, they just put their head down, start eating hay. You know.
As I'm watching this, I'm going to like sidle over to the hut and just sort of see if I can look in one of the windows.
There is like a wee little moon shape cut out in the door of this wee tiny building.
It's genuinely feeling more and more like a long drop.
Puddle has gone in the complete wrong direction because he can't see through the grass. He's like, I have made a terrible mistake.
You reach the wolf again, and it just nudges you back the other way.
Okay, thanks.
I feel like at that point I'd just start creating like an ice slide underneath Puddle's feet that just slides him towards me.
Yeah.
Way!
I have decided that I need to fit in with the reindeer more, so I am eating the hay that they are also eating.
Nice, it's delicious hay. It tastes fresh. Someone put this out recently.
I should mention I eat people food. I don't normally eat hay, so I'm just a person eating a big mouthful of dried grass.
Oh no, she's gone wrong. She's under some sort of spell.
Feel kind of moist and, you know, like not like it's been here for ages. Like you're looking around and the reindeer here seem to be pretty healthy. Like
pretty fresh hay. So midsummer, right? Always the busiest time of year for reindeer. Doing a lot of guest appearances.
One of them
everybody
just, like,
wants a cameo, you know?
Like their little tail twitches and little like, you know, like what are they called? Like horse apples or reindeer apples just pop out the back.
Yeah, okay, I'll shit on the floor.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
I think she's under some sort of spell.
I think she's never had to hang out with reindeer before is what it is. I think we might be watching the most socially awkward reindeer centaur.
Yeah, there across the way there's one like reindeer that's kind of doing like a weird like hoof kind of stomp on the floor at the moment. Yeah.
Look, that one looks like it's trying to do the cup song. It doesn't have thumbs.
When I'm gone, when I'm gone.
And it like
you're gonna miss me when
snorting and lowering its head and like, you know, the antlers are kind of coming towards you and then up again.
Okay, as not picking up the vibes at all, I will go up to it and start doing the same stuff back to it, not realizing that these are aggressive motions, but thinking this is some kind of like, you know, the movie Babe where you have to say like the right password to the sheep in order to get them to talk to you. I'm like, oh, this is it. Okay, yeah, cool. Like stomp and like do the thing and very, very not picking up the vibes at all.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it charges at you. Full head down, full charge, like just endless coming in. Yeah, cool. Let's roll athletics off. Like at your athletics against my athletics. We're just gonna
that's the thing that I'm bad at.
Can I assist?
How?
Yeah, how?
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying how. Yeah.
So obviously offering the help action mechanically, but narratively, what that's going to look like is just kind of taking half a second, using that sort of monkish, unarmed combatant brain and working out where the attacking reindeer is going to put its hooves next, and just creating little ice patches.
Nice. I like it. So you're just kind of like creating little slippery bits underneath.
Yeah, for it to just go.
Yeah, I like it. Cool. So roll with advantage.
All right. I'll remind you, athletics is a -1 for me.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Roll well.
That is a 17 -1, 16.
Nice. Okay. Well, I mean, it would have been amazing, but unfortunately I rolled 18. So it's like this massive like headlock where you guys just have your antlers all caught in each other and it's cracking and it's twisting.
I don't have antlers. I'm just a person on the top half.
Yeah, so you're just like
tangled in there.
Tangled in the antlers, which is probably saving you, right? Because you don't have and you're just headbutting this thing. Like literally just in the middle of the antlers, headbutt to headbutt, just kind of like doing this sort of gesture. And
we're gonna do one podcast that doesn't turn into professional wrestling.
Yeah, you do take some damage as the antlers kind of pierce like bits of your shoulder and neck, and kind of just because you can't quite keep out of the way of things. So you're taking 3 points of piercing damage as these antlers like hit you. Yeah. So that's kind of what you see. It pulls away and it's sort of panting and like huffing like it made a point. You know?
Blitzen, are you okay? Was that a thing?
It's okay. I'm doing the babe thing. Just this is part of the process.
Okay.
Just give it a minute.
Sure.
Yeah. What are you guys doing over by the small building? As this is
Puddle, are we 100% sure that Blitzen is actually a reindeer and not just a normal centaur that got a racially appropriated haircut at the salon? Because I always figured that they would have had antlers.
Well, look, I mean, I don't want to assume, and I don't want to, but I'm not sure what's going on over there. I think she's hurt.
Neither am I. What's going on in here?
I don't want to get involved in that. Look at me. I'm the size of a forearm.
Forearm would be very generous, Puddle, but I appreciate your optimism.
When I wear my hat, okay?
So you open the door?
I don't think there's much we can do about it.
I think, we should probably knock on this door here.
Oh, knock. Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, that would be the polite thing to do.
No reply.
Well, we tried knocking.
This is true.
And just like shoulder open the door.
Yeah, it's a small room with a seat in it that looks like it has a hole in it that goes downwards.
That's a long drop.
Maybe, or it's a vertical tunnel that leads to where we need to go.
I feel like Puddle would probably be the best.
He is
option.
Very small.
Yeah. What are you? I just got this image now of you just picking up Puddle.
Wait, hang on.
Just being
lowering him into the.
You just let me know how this goes. But you got like a light spell, right?
I mean,
you might want to cast that.
I mean,
okay. So you
cast fly.
Perfect. I was going to say, because you let go of Puddle and you drop Puddle, right? And Puddle, there's like a couple of seconds before you've quite got Fly going, right? Like, so and then you pass right through what looked to be like a seat with a hole in it, and you do fall, but not that far, actually. And also the seat with a hole in it wasn't really there. You just kind of fall like a short drop, and then you look at the wall in front of you and you see that there's a ladder right there. And then like you fall and you've got Fly going, so you're sort of hovering above the ground right now and looking at a ramp that leads sort of down and away, which looks like very carved, like purposefully built, and it looks like there's a whole lot of light that you can see ahead of you.
So either we solve the DM's puzzle, or more likely the DM removed the bottom of the long drop and created a new environment to keep the podcast G-rated for Christmas.
Oh, totally.
One of those two things, but either way we win.
Okay, so it's not quite what we thought it was.
And you can hear this, by the way, Jackie. So you can
I'll zip back up through
Puddles.
I'll zip back up through.
And it looks bizarre because you're like your head's probably sticking out of like the illusion that is the toilet.
I'll be like, look, it's an illusion. It's not real. There's a platform and a ladder and like a tunnel. It's like, you remember that reclusive billionaire? What's his name? Tracy, with his sons. They have the island. They have the artificers and they have the
something about thunder, right?
Something about thunder, the flying ship. I mean, I'm keen on it, but
the flywags exist in Isen.
Yeah, exactly, right. But it's kind of like that. You should check it out. You should check it out. A flyback. Not all of them are assholes. Okay, Virgil's nice, and then like zip back.
So yeah, I'm gonna climb down into the to find the ladder, find the illusion.
Yeah. So you are doing this, so you kind of disappear into this. So you can walk down the ramp. I want to pop back up to see what's happening with Blitzen. Have you?
Oh, I'm still fighting the reindeer. When I cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff, it the end of it becomes like antlers. So I am using my sort of like quarterstaff pitchfork thing to fight against this adult reindeer. It's not going well.
Well, it might be because I only rolled a 6. So roll me an attack with your quarterstaff.
I rolled a 7.
Okay, so you actually get like a tiny little scratch and it gets a little bit of blood on the top of its head and it's sort of at you.
Can I fly out and fly to Blitzen and be like, hey, I don't want to interrupt this family thing. I'm not sure what's going on, but we found the tunnel.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we can go check out the tunnel. I think this is going to take like 10 more stages of back and forth before we unlock the secret dialogue from here, so we can go deal with that and come back.
Okay. Great. And I'll turn to the other reindeer and be like, lovely to meet you. Nice to meet you all. We're friends. Just co-workers.
I have reindeer friends.
Yeah. I never doubted that. That's fine. But hate to sorry to cut it short, but we're working right now. It's a whole thing. Can they understand me? Am I doing it right?
Idea.
Okay,
because you have to speak reindeer like I do.
Oh, sorry. Is that it? Did I don't know if I got the inflection right. Is it a tonal thing? It's like
it's more of your heart has to you have to moan the spirit of midsummer in your deep from your chest.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and I'll be like
you get like a response.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah, fantastic. Nice. Well, thank you so much. And I'll turn around. And as I'm leaving, I'll just be like, I have no idea what they said. I didn't offend anyone, did I?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, they're not chasing us, so I think we're doing okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go check out the tunnel.
Look at this.
Centaur going down a ladder could be interesting. So can we just roll like an acrobatics check to see how this goes?
Climbing that requires hands and feet, centaurs actually do have like a rule in the rule book that says it takes so for every foot you have to climb, it takes additional 4 feet of movement. So like 1 foot equals 5 feet. So I want to say I could just do it, but it's
it just takes a long time to maneuver all of the limbs and the right.
Yeah. Hang on.
I think I'm honestly like trying to roll a performance check to see whether or not I can stop myself from laughing.
I mean, feel free.
Yeah, I feel like I did not pass that check.
I think as it's happening, like Puddle is just flying like beside you very politely, but just like lowering himself down every time you go down.
Just like...
You just hear this.
Okay, I got it. Oh, that's a rung. Oh, this is great. What an adventure.
I genuinely could not have asked for a better Wetmas present than this. Except, you know what's going to make it better? And just create like dew all over.
I'd slip and tumble down the ladder.
So that now Blitzen is soggy for my Wetmas present as they try to climb a ladder.
I'm amazed. Okay. Eventually, everybody reaches to the bottom.
Eventually. Like very eventually. It's New Year's Eve.
It feels cold down here, but it is quite brightly lit ahead of you, and you can hear sort of noises, voices, like all sorts of chaos kind of emanating from that area right ahead of you. Yeah. What do you guys do?
All right. Yeah. I mean, that seems to be it. Shall we? I mean, are we just gonna run in there and bust in and be like, "Hey, it's us," or do we want to? I don't know. Sneak? Is that a thing?
I'm not really big on sneaking.
Clip, clop.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't really have a choice.
I make a cartoon horse sound whenever I move.
I didn't want to bring it up. I would have said it out loud, but now that you brought it up, yeah.
That would have been a great BoJack Horseman joke if he just made that noise every time he took a step.
They probably tried it and they were like, "This is infuriating."
Extremely distracting. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what are we doing? Are we stealth? We're not going to bother stealthing. We're just kind of going to walk in. Yeah. Cool.
I'm happy to go with the group. My thing was a joke, but we can sneak if we want to sneak.
No, like I'm heading in there. It's Wetmas, baby. We gonna get slippery, slick.
Okay, so much like Iceman / Frozone / Elsa, we're just gonna sort of slide on in here.
Nice, I like it. Like straight down.
I'm flying.
Yeah, and this ramp is pretty impressively angled. So you really
hopefully there's a skateboard ramp at the bottom of it.
Yeah, and there is actually a spiraling up ramp. It seems to be one from the opposite side also. So as you guys come flying down there, you're ejected into the air and you grab you're heading towards a box that is brightly wrapped with ribbons. Let's see if you can catch it. DC 13 as each of you heading towards some giant box with present wrapping. Yeah,
I'm so happy that my dice are so bad tonight. I think I've rolled over 10 once.
Do I get initiative on this roll because I'm flying?
Oh yeah, no, actually you've got Yeah, you get advantage because you've got steerability, maneuverability. Yeah.
Wait, what are we rolling?
What type of roll is it?
Let's do a dex because it's you're trying to catch. A dex save maybe.
9.
20.
Okay, yeah. You miss your present and you go flying into the back of this reddy, blacky looking wagon, but with ski sleds on it. I'm just flying into the back of it. What is it?
Here's my pitch.
20, okay.
Here's my pitch. As a monk,
yes,
I feel like athletics would also be...
Yes, that's valid. Yep.
Sweet, I got a 24.
Nice, okay, so that you land this pitch perfect. So this looks exactly like what you think it looks like. You're heading straight for that red and black kind of wagon with the skis, and there's a big sack on the back that the presents were clearly supposed to be landing into. So what does it look like when you grab and land?
I mean, Puddle is small enough. The present is 4 times his size, so he will fly up and basically just stand on it and kind of surf it down into the pile and just be like, ah.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like Jackie's just kind of he's very used to sort of manipulating himself on the fly, kind of parkour style. And so he kind of does that that monkey skip past the present, and then just catches himself with a little scoop of ice to bring himself down to standing in the back of the sleigh.
Nice.
Just catches his arc and redirects the momentum.
Yeah, nice. I like it. Very fancy. And as you two come to a stand, probably on the back of sprawled out Blitzen, who has, just laid down kind of in the back of this wagon here.
Doing the Peter Griffin unconscious pose.
My catching ramp absolutely would have put me just 30 centimeters from Blitzen's face, so I could just
stare disappointedly.
How's the view down there? How's that?
Yeah, I'll fly down and be like, "Are you okay? You okay?"
No, it's terrible. I took a lot of damage just now.
Yeah, you did actually. 2d6 worth. Hang on, let me roll that. 6. 6 bludgeoning, if it makes a difference.
No, actually, that hurt a lot, and it looks like I'm apparently back at work, so this could not be much worse.
Listen, I got to tell you, I'm really looking forward to the day we do an adventure where you show us how useful you really are. Cause
today is not that day.
We have not done well today.
You okay? Do you need help?
And there is another voice that says, "Ho ho, are you okay?"
No, I need help. Emotional and physical support.
Terrible. Else, and there is like a flurry of little people movement. I shouldn't say that because we have a little person, but tiny little like elves or with giant pointy ears, like way bigger than the rest of their head, all come kind of flitting around and sort of all stand you up and, you know, make sure you're okay, brush off. You, like, by the time you're standing, your coat is glossier than it's ever been. And, like, you know, like everything's all beautifully put and there's a piece of holly on your, like, vest or whatever it is that you're wearing. You know, like, it's very quick as it happens. And they sort of usher you out of the wagon. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh,
I feel
Blitzen,
better.
You're beautiful.
I was always beautiful, but thank you for noticing.
And he sort of looks up from this conversation that he's been having with these like three elves all kind of standing on the back of each other's shoulders, on top of each other's shoulders. The top one's holding a clipboard. And as they swing around, the bottom one moves their feet and they just perfectly like spin all kind of in unison, nailing it to look at you guys. It's like, well, they could work. Yes, they could work. Yes, they could work.
Puddle's like flying at their height. It's just like show offs.
Are you the man in red?
Oh, that is what they call me, he says, the bigger man wearing the red with the big silver beard. Also, sometimes they call me Hanakoko.
Okay, this is kind of awkward because I am a cleric of the work that you do, and this is kind of a little bit awkward actually because I haven't done a very good job today. Are you really Hanakoko?
Yes, you're on my good list. One of the ones pretending to be part of our setup. Well done, you. It really helps me out. I can't be everywhere.
Cool. I think my day's got a lot better.
Whatever surveillance spell you've had running to check whether people go on your good list or not, it's not functioning because I haven't seen this one be good at anything today.
Well, yes. Well... And he gives a look to the sleigh and then sort of looks back at all of you and is like, well, I feel that Season's Eve has brought you to me. The elves were just explaining that we're 3 short.
Excuse me, Mr. Hanakoko, sir. Not that I would ever make accusations or accuse anyone of anything in particular, but do you know anything about a bunch of missing children?
Yeah, there's been a lot of them.
He gives a look at the sleigh and is like, missing children, you say?
Like, well, yes, now, that's what we said.
In fairness, my friends here are not incorrect in the phrasing that they've used. Unfortunately, the way that you're wording your response leads me to sort of feel like maybe those children aren't missing and you know exactly where they are. So for you, they would not be missing children. For you, they would be, and look, I'm just spitballing here because I've never seen an elf that looks like the ones you got working here, so I figure that's custom made. I'm figuring maybe those kids are, I don't know.
Jackie?
Reindeer now?
Jackie, you're embarrassing me in front of Hanakoko.
Yeah, you know what? I think you did a good enough job of that all by yourself. we
coming for like footsteps running down the ramp going, sorry, I'm late. The bar was really busy. Is the bartender from the tavern of Rangefer. And he goes, but I'm here. I swear. You obviously knew I was coming because, Anyway, and he runs to the front of the sleigh where there's this big line of bells kind of out and situates himself. You see that there are 2 reindeer here, 2 of them pacing kind of at the front. One of them tucked, sort of back behind the front 2. And this guy just sort of steps up, throws the bells over his, kind of gets under it, throws the bells over his shoulder. And you see something you never thought you'd see before as the bells hit his shoulder and he morphs into a reindeer.
Whoa!
And then sort of stamps in place, ready to go.
Wait a minute. Okay,
I feel like this is cultural appropriation. I don't know how I feel about this.
This still doesn't explain to kids.
Yeah, but first things first, we already have our lead ready to go. We just need 3 more before the sleigh can take off, and we're running out of time. It is getting late on Season's Eve, so are you in?
But I just need a little clarity on whether or not the children are going home after this, because, look, I've done weirder things.
Are you looking for a child in particular?
What, Sarah was her dad? Yeah,
Blue, my pinafore, yellow in her hair.
Oh, yeah. You
rocker.
look over at the reindeer that is tucked in between the lead two, and this reindeer has, like, yellow ribbons, like, tied around its, like, wee little...
Okay. Hang on. I just want to I just need to know, for my sake, did you establish consent? And I'm, like, flying right up to his face and just being like,
oh, yes,
that's
it. There's terms. Would you like to know what they are before you agree?
Whoa. What are you even talking about? Are you telling me that people come here and they agree to be part of this little show and they turn into one of the reindeer and they work for you? Is that what happens?
Just one night of the year.
Oh, just one night of the year. Okay.
Sure.
Ordinary reindeer can't really withstand what I need them to do. Heroes are definitely better.
Heroes and children?
Well, when needs must. We were short.
Can I clarify how you're short on reindeer?
One of the reindeer brought her to me, so I assume she's going to be a hero in the future.
Wait, okay.
I had the night off.
The wolves? What's with the wolves?
Oh, the wolves? No, they know not to eat the reindeer.
Unrelated.
Because the reindeer are people.
Some of them. He's a little vague on that.
Right. Okay. Are the wolves people?
Oh, no. Just, you get a bit close to this, and it's sort of... like sentience, intelligence, kind of a little bit gets through the skull. They're usually really dumb.
Okay, right. What if? I mean, what do we do? Like we do like a loop. We do a little circuit, then we come right back here.
Oh yeah. You just have to help me get the sleigh, deliver joy and cheer to Isen. Go undetected. Make sure we don't get stopped. Deliver the presents. Come right back, and then you're free.
Cool. Just out of interest, do you think that you could maybe drop us off early before you make it back to what the hell was the name of this town?
Rangerville?
Whatever. Oh, I don't.
I'm
never
if
going
you
to
drop us
remember that name again.
You drop us off.
Drop us off at Lakeside. That'd be great because I got plans for my Wetmas that do not involve.
Look, you know what?
Dropping.
You're doing me a
apples.
favor. When the sleighs are empty, it doesn't need as many reindeer. So, yeah, sure. I could drop you off in Lakeside.
Awesome. And if we could just make sure that Sarah gets back to her mama, because otherwise I'm going to have to come back to this forsaken town.
Rangerville knows the deal. No, they
her mama did something and seen you the deal.
Well, yeah. Anyway, you in? All you need to do is throw that there bells over your shoulder. You'll still kind of be you. But they'll also
I guess
look more like that.
Hanakoko, I took the night off of doing exactly this activity from my other boss, but I would be honored to do this for you, sir.
And to be honest, I've worked worse student jobs, so...
Yeah. So as you all throw the bells over your shoulder, you do feel yourself change. Like, Blitzen probably changes the least. Like, the human half kind of morphs down into, like, sort of more of a reindeer head, and you actually grow horns for the first time. So, that's a new feeling.
Love the Animorphs cover of a reindeer centaur turning into a reindeer, where the front feet actually like go up into the body, and the human arms then turn into reindeer legs for some reason.
It's just the weirdest possible take on the shift.
Puddle, you're enormous compared to what you usually are. You do turn into a full-sized like reindeer, so you've never been this big in your life. It's just a little bit of...
Check it out.
Yeah.
Like baby giraffe. Like, how do you move
Jackie,
these things?
You still feel incredibly quick, like incredibly dexterous, like you still kind of feel like yourselves. Even as a reindeer, you feel like you still have access to the magic or the things that you could do before, but you just kind of have hooves now and antlers too. Like it's kind of weird. Like you probably aren't as able to grab a pen, but like everything else, you still feel like you.
Right on.
Yeah. If you tried standing up on your back legs and walking around kind of like that, you probably could for a while. Yeah. It's odd, right? You're not quite reindeer, not quite you, but somewhere in the middle, but you look more reindeer. And he's like, right, yeah, cool, great. Now that you're locked in, I will tell you that, evil will try and stop us from doing this, and the naughty children have been punished, so hopefully that doesn't happen too much. And I'll tell you which ones to kill or not to kill based on how we're going, and the sleigh's evil. It's kind of a thing. So the sleigh will kind of draw the evil to us to stop us from spreading joy. Like, it's the only way I could get like a sentient sleigh that can kind of do the things I needed to do. It's sort of like a trade bargain thing. So yeah, I need heroes to kind of make sure that I can still do this. I think it's like a yin and yang thing, you know, like I'm good and the joy and the blah, and the sleigh is like the evil of the world and punishes the children. Sometimes the sleigh wins, so let's not let that happen, guys. Yay, go team. You know, it's all very quick. You see, each of you sees like a contract flash up in front of you that you realize you agreed to without knowing all of the terms. The terms also say that every year, unless you're dead, you must return to continue the adventure of the sleigh. And as the bells kind of link in and the harnesses start latching because everybody locks in, Blitzen, you see your absolute worst thing that could ever happen to you walk in from a side stable with a giant big name in lights on the side as
Not him.
Rudolph walks in, struts in, just with his big old glowing nose in front of him.
It's not foggy. It's not necessary.
And takes his
I'm just
position
imagining a
at the
UFC
head.
like walk-in, like the music playing. And he's got his like entourage around him.
He's got the Hulk Hogan theme music.
Yeah, and the ground above you, or like the roof above you, starts moving backwards. And the ground in front of you starts pulling upwards. And you realize that right now you're getting ready to like, you know, reach out. You're seeing like twilight kind of light, like nearly nighttime. And it's sort of like the whole, you see that little wharipaku in the middle of the clearing kind of pulling backwards, and you can see the stable kind of off to the sides. And you start feeling very like amped up, like super amped up, like something is racing through you. Yeah.
Can we speak?
Yes, you absolutely can. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we have to start laughing at Rudolph, calling him names, and we cannot let him join in any reindeer games, okay? This is the only way to get out of this, all right?
Rudolph
because
looks
we are
back
now the other reindeer.
Blitzen. Never thought I'd see you here. Like, you know,
more like
a reindeer
Rudolph.
You think you won't let me join any reindeer games? Let me tell you, honey, you've just joined mine. Yeah,
can I?
Puddle, this really feels like the oddest form of racism I've ever come across.
No, I'm not sure how I feel about this, man.
Am I trapped in the line, or do I have the ability to like leave the line?
You can like jump bell spots because Rudolph has come in and parked himself at the front, right? But then there's two, and then there's the three of you. So you're like one odd. So you could jump up and situate yourself next to Rudolph to make the front of the like.
So my official spot is actually closest to Santa. I mean, closest to Hanakoko. Because obviously when he announces he does them in order, in reading order. So I would need to jump a lot of spots in order to get close to Rudolph.
Yes, you would. You've got and you're running out of time if you want to, because everybody's amping and everything's happening, and he's like, remember everybody, the sleigh evil does not win. Okay, here we go. And he's like, on, and he's like, wait, I don't know any of their names. And like the elves are trying to report to him. He's like, on Blitzen, on Jackie, on Puddle, on Sarah.
Ow.
Yeah, why are you whipping us? We already agreed to this.
Yeah, and like as he
really
says it,
weird racism.
Yeah, as he says each of yous, and then Rudolph, like you know, each of your whole like body kind of like lifts off. Now, Puddle, you're used to sort of feeling this. This feels remarkably like fly, but fly on like crazy steroid something. Like you feel like you've got speed going on, right? And so you're like lifting off. You're starting to pull that weight of the sleigh. It's sort of starting to edge forward, and then as he says, and Rudolph to the sky, like, you know, and calls it out, like he just plants in the mid-air and just pulls. So everybody roll me a group strength check, like a athletics check to like pull this thing. It is heavy behind you.
Sweet.
16.
16.
Yeah, it's 6.
Also a 6. Let's crash this bitch.
It is a struggle, right? Like to get out of here, and like Rudolph looks back and is just like giving you that like I knew you'd be disappointing look, you know. And your tavern owner friend that you never asked the name of, but whose name is Barney. Barney and Sarah are like up the front, like kind of pull, and there's two reindeer you never met, so like, you know, you don't know what their names are. It's kind of a blur because you were kind of concentrating on like what was happening to you. You've never been a flying reindeer before. So you can kind of see all of this. Yeah, like see all of this happening. And so you're pulling up and the sleigh is kind of dragging behind you, and it looks like you're like going to struggle to make it out, right? And as you're struggling to make it out, you get caught like on the sides of your eyes, like there's just mass of black rushing you. And you hear Santa's trying to say something as you see like just crows and cold, and it just feels awful, like just chillingly cold all around you as these crows are like filling the sky around you. What do you guys like initially do? He's trying to say something to you, but it's hard to hear.
Can I cast dancing lights?
Yeah.
And I'm going to make motes of light like lift out from the bells that are on my back and kind of surround us and swirl around us.
So it's like jingling, swirling lights. And it does actually clear some space around you, and it feels a little easier to sort of gallop forward. Yeah. What do the rest of you guys do?
So,
can I cast? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Here's my thing. As a water genasi, once per day, I can cast Create or Destroy Water.
Okay.
So what I would like to do is twofold. Number one, I want to create a whole bunch of water that sort of like touches on as many crows as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to freeze it. Because I can manipulate water as a water genasi. That's just a thing I can do.
Yep.
So like coat them in water and then just see how ice blocks fly is sort of my vibe.
Mm.
Let's do a nature check to see kind of how many you get. Like how attuned are you to nature to make this like, you know, kind of spread as wide as you can?
That's a 19.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you're like spreading these like bits of water and ice, and you're seeing wings kind of ice up and like, you know, all of this kind of stuff.
It's more that like the water spreads and I can see it like coating their wings, and I'm like,
and they're sort of just like dropping, you know, like as they kind of can't fly. And then as a load of them drop away, you start to hear a bit more about what Santa's saying. But I want to know what Blitzen does first, because everybody's kind of acting all at the same time.
Man, it sure would suck if Hanakoko's like star like navigator suddenly couldn't see where they were going. I'd like to cast Blindness Deafness on Rudolph, please.
Okay. Okay. He's using the giant elk stat block, so probably not terribly impressive. What is this? A wisdom saving throw?
Yes, it is. Actually, let me just check. Sorry, I'm not as
sentient, so he's like, I've added a bit of wisdom and a bit of intelligence in there as to, you know, the standard giant elk stat block. But yeah,
it's a Constitution saving throw, and the DC is 14.
Okay, well, I failed miserably then because I rolled like a 4 and I only have a +2. So, yeah, so he is suddenly not able to see or hear, but he's still pulling, but he like just has no idea in which direction he's going. You know, so he's still
to be clear, I just want to cast blindness on him because I am still being mean to him. I want him to be able to hear that.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Apologies.
Yeah,
yes.
No, I didn't want to also make him deaf because a lot of my insults aren't going to land.
Yeah, he's like, Hanakoko, I can't see. My nose isn't working. You know, like he's calling back. Yeah.
I think I want to, like, if at all possible, get one of the iced crows to just fall so that it smacks Blitzen in the face.
Yeah.
So just being a weird dick about that.
And so as some of these crows kind of fall away and as like all of this is happening, you realize Santa is calling to you.
Hanakoko. His name is Hanakoko.
Sorry, Hanakoko. He's also called Celobata and he's also called Ada Ninge, but there's like a million words. Anyway, so Hanakoko calls out and he goes, "Don't hurt them. They're the bad children. I'm gonna save them one day somehow."
I think we should.
Tell us that now. Okay, sure.
Sorry, there was just a lot of like. I thought you would be stronger.
He's like, I'm sure the ones that are frozen will be fine.
No, they'll be fine.
Hanakoko,
they fall to the wayside. You see them kind of trying to get their ice off, and you know. Yeah.
Hanakoko, I can't help but notice that Rudolph is mowing down these children / crows.
He really is.
Do we really think that he is the right person to be at the front and lead the
usually he's really good because of the whole...
I know he sucks.
Right. Well, I mean, take his place then. He can't guide him. Be his shoulder. Teamwork.
I'd like to swap places with Rudolph if that's possible.
Yeah, cool. So you just kind of like he like looses the bells, and you see like another snake line that attaches to you, like separate to the rest of the harness, and like the bells kind of snake out. So you've got like, what do you call that? Rein to like, move up to the front. Yeah, you've got rein in your reins, okay?
Yeah.
And your reindeer reins. Look, it keeps going. Anyway, so you can move to the front, and as you get near to Rudolph, it sort of attaches in, so it extends his bell harness out. So now you're leading him, and he is not a fan of that. He's like, you can hear mumbling and saltiness coming from behind you.
I want to explain to him like basic concepts like walking and looking where you're going, and not relying on a shiny nose.
Keeping an eye out, by the way, as you're like,
I am. I'm definitely keeping an eye out, but I'm also like, Puddle, this is the weirdest beef that I've ever seen in my. Is it beef? Is it venison?
Venison.
I can't even tell anymore.
I'm busy trying to concentrate on the lights. Just like
So like you're doing that, and kind of like the crows are kind of behind you now. Like it seems like because you're fast, man. Like you're much faster than these crows are. So they must have been waiting for you to come out, but you've just blitzed past them. You realize looking behind you that elves are feeding like presents to Hana Coco, and he seems to be like blitzing in and out of view. So like it's very shimmery, like he's there, not there, they're not there, they're not there, they're not there, and you like realize you're flying over a town already, and you're like going at pace over this town. So like, how is he delivering presents? Like the stack is getting lower, but you can't really see how he's doing it. So like he's just like moving, and you are moving, like everything is happening at speed. And then there is a call from the front, and you recognize a small, well, you don't recognize the voice because you've never heard Sarah talk, but there's a small, like, kind of childlike voice from the front. Are those snowmen? Like, kind of galloping from the front. In the air? Like,
is it snowmen in the air?
Well, as you look, you see what she means. It's kind of this, like, cold, shimmering, like, condensed, sleet, snowy looking cloud that you can see. And it looks like you're heading right for it. And Santa does not seem to be steering at all in any kind of way. Like, you guys are directing action. So what do you guys do? You see, I would like to 3 or 4.
I would like to cast Spirit Guardians, and I would like to surround myself with hot cups of cocoa that will melt and separate these frozen snowmen as we run through them.
I love it. Yep. Okay.
Do these snowmen look like Derek the Boulder Jimson?
I mean, I don't know what that looks like.
I don't know who that is either. Wait. Are you talking about? Is that a deep cut? Like, I think they're talking about Dwayne.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Yes, it looks like, what did you say?
Like straight over my head.
Derek the Boulder Jimson. Which is obviously legally distinct from Dwayne the Rock
legally
Johnson.
Distinct, yep.
Yeah. You feel a snowy, cold presence emanating from behind you, and you feel like something is gleefully laughing. So this, like behind you can feel kind of like behind, because you guys are in the line. Like the sleigh is behind you, right? Coco's already told you, and so like it's cold and it's like laughing at you as these things are out there. And yes, they are like built like brick wharipakus.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Is my cocoa doing much to like cut through them?
Yes, absolutely. I rolled a 9, so I assume that is working. So like hot cocoa is kind of cutting through as you get close enough to them. They are trying to pelt. What do you guys do? I'm very aware of the time. So like, what do you guys do against these? Like,
I'll be like, hey, that's a really good idea, Blitzen. Give me a minute, and I am going to manifest a firework on my shoulder and launch it ahead of us, and I'm going to cast Fireball to try and clear a corridor.
Sweet. Yeah, absolutely. Dick save.
Yeah.
God, I'm rolling like garbage, and I've got my cold dice too. This is rough.
It's a Dex of 14, so.
They don't have any. Okay, apparently I'm using the Cold Light Walker stat from Icewind Dale. Nice. They roll a 6, so appalling.
So that is, and because I am a sorcerer, I'm going to beef that up with my meta magic. And basically just increase its range, so it punches a hole. Because I know that the cocoa is going to carve a hole
Yes.
So I'm basically trying to
from the
I'm trying to launch the firework.
Yeah. So as you're coming into it, like anything left standing, because there's some like snowmen just not quite melted all the way, and then like Blitzen, you're just like ramming the cocoa right into them, and like marshmallows are pouring down this stuff, and like, you know, it's all just kind of like disappearing down off to the way. Hana Coco sort of sees this and is like, onwards, my friends! Yes! Goodwill win! Like, you know, he seems stoked about this, and then he's like, poof, 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 back to like, you know, you feel the sleigh like just cold emanating anger as it's like failure to stop you start like, and then ahead of you, you see a dark green shadow, like a green light and a dark shadow of this giant monstrosity thing. And Santa pops back into existence and goes, oh, I did forget to tell you, we were running quite short on time. Best that you don't talk about what you are here tonight. Don't mention it. Don't tell anybody it. And if you end up obeying the sleigh, well, that's what you become. Okay, good luck. And it just sort of goes back to keeping on delivering. So as you get up towards this thing, you see that this like rears up in the sky, this crazy big black reindeer with just like streaks of green light emanating out from it as it's just like waiting clearly for the sleigh to approach. Yeah.
Damn you, Rudolph, what have you done to us now?
Don't worry about it, Blitzen. I'm sure you got this, buddy. Remember, you were the one who wanted to be up the front. We'll watch from back here.
Yeah,
I sure did.
Don't worry, we got you.
Every time I run, I'm kicking Rudolph in the face. Like when I'm because he's like directly behind me.
Yeah, like ow,
and he can't dodge.
Ooh, ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow. Like that's just the music of what's happening right now.
This is just genuinely Puddle. Have they ever been a team player? I can't tell.
I think it's more of a personal thing. Like this seems very personal.
Yeah.
Like I don't,
it does.
I mean, I don't know how this is gonna. I mean, look, if worst comes to worst, I've got some stuff that might help us out. But
yeah, the two at the front are like, oh no, not the reindeer. This is how the last four went. Like, they're just like you know, like they can't help themselves. They're still galloping. You guys kind of can't help yourself too. Like if you tried to stop, you wouldn't be able to. So you're just like on the ride, you know?
Okay. Yep. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, if nothing else, at least we found out that what the boulder was cooking was s'mores.
Okay, I rolled like garbage again. So we're going to say that you guys get your turns first. Who has something ready in the tank that they would like to go? I'm going to switch dice because that was terrible.
What's the kind of range that we're working with at the moment?
Yeah, so you're looking about maybe 120 gaining away from you, you know, right now. Yeah, and you're going to be up there in a second, but it's just one range kind of attack, and then, yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I'd like to cast...
Go. Yep.
Oh, I'd like to cast Aid on the party at second level.
Nice.
This is a nice, easy spell. To prep, I believe it just increases everybody's maximum HP by 5.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody... increase your maximum HP and, like, obviously your current HP by 5.
Yep. Nice.
Cool. All right.
Oh yeah.
Except for Rudolph. just all the other reindeer.
Okay. Love it. The reindeer that is Sarah kind of looks around, like big wide eyes, is looks very scared in this moment.
Everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. Can I do some sort of Arcana check to figure out what the reindeer is made of?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, is it magic or is it?
Yeah, like what is this thing? Yeah.
Oh, it's a 6, so maybe I don't know.
No, I think what you do recognize, because you are a caster, right? You know,
I am a storm sorcerer.
That's what I mean. You know necrotic when you see it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like the way that this thing is like emanating clouds and light and all of that outwards from it, you're like, ooh, okay, yep, yeah. This is the opposite of life and joy and cheer, like this thing, whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not sure much else.
I'm just still concentrating on Spirit Guardian, so hopefully when we get closer, it'll take damage from the hot cocoa.
Like, that wouldn't be your action necessarily.
Yeah, well, my action was casting Aid.
No, sorry, Penny. Sorry. Yes. Blitzen, that was your action. Puddle, that's not your action. You're just, like, looking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I'm basically, like, turning back to everyone and being like, so are we trying to go through that thing? Are we just flying into it?
And one of the
like,
guys,
Sarah, Barney, do you guys know what's going on?
Yeah, Barney looks back and goes, if we don't go through it, the sleigh goes down, evil takes over, and more children get stolen. Do you want that to happen?
Oh, there are so many things I don't want to happen right now. Okay. Well, I guess we can try. I've got something up my sleeve. Jackie, do you have anything?
Not from here, buddy. I need to be a lot closer to hit this thing.
Yeah.
Sarah goes, I can do something. I kind of always been able to do it from a kid.
Aren't you still a kid?
You're a child now, Sarah.
Like, really, really little kid. It's kind of like Mum told me I wasn't supposed to go into other people's houses, but shall I do the thing she tells me not to do usually?
Yeah, look, if it can get us within 60 feet,
I feel really,
absolutely.
I feel really uncomfortable about saying this, but yeah, do the thing your mom told you not to do, Sarah. That's
okay.
That is uncomfortable. I don't like that.
And you like see her kind of concentrating all of a sudden, like really, really hard concentration. And then she sort of just like throws up her like hooves, because obviously she's used to doing this with her hands, right? So she like throws up her hooves, and weirdly her back legs are still galloping just by themselves. And shining out of her is this crazy ray of just like bright light.
Love it.
Yeah, and she's pushing it forward, and you can see it like reaching, and you're like, is it gonna get there? Like, you know, and then she just goes, ah! Like, you know, like bursts it out from her.
Can I, as she does that, basically Puddle's, yeah.
As the aid takes in.
Yeah, nice. Puddle's gonna be like, okay, like, I see I'm picking up what you're putting down, Sarah. And basically as we're marching through, Puddle's just gonna be like, that's the crazy thing about lightning. It's pretty bright. And I'm going to cast daylight.
Holy crap.
In the center of the rain mirror.
Yeah, 100%. Like she's just casting like some kind of ray of crazy radiant light that you've never seen anybody be able to cast that strong before, you know? But yeah, you're casting full on daylight. Yeah. Okay, cool. So as you guys do that, this mirror is not a fan.
I mean, it's just
daylight.
It's just daylight.
It's just bright, like
it's just bright
right?
daylight. It's not. It's not radiant.
It does not enjoy it because of the way that I've built this guy. Mm-hmm. He now has disadvantage to pretty much everything, and so as you cast light like that, like just bright, brilliant daylight in this place, her ray of radiance kind of comes in and just hits with an absolute pelt. Like it wasn't expecting it to hit that hard because. It was vulnerable to it. So it's going to take a chunk of damage because of what Sarah just rolled. She rolled like a champ. Thank you, finally. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll
just
that happens. Yeah, I'll look at the other two. My reindeer antlers are now glowing with daylight as well.
Nice.
Amazing.
And I'll just be like, all right, gang, what you got?
Yeah, she plonks her feet and you can tell she's exhausted. Like she probably can't do that again.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm going full Gandalf into the Pelennor fields.
Yeah. All right, what's Jackie got? Are you holding back until you get closer up, or like?
Here's the thing. Like, Jackie is a monk. I'm not being funny or nothing. Jackie's a monk.
Yeah,
so like,
100%.
He can do some fun stuff within about 15 or 20 feet.
Yeah,
maybe,
so you can ready something.
But mostly what he's doing is like, he's watching this ray of light cut through this bane deer. He's seeing this daylight go off in the middle of it, and like kind of what he's trying to spot, what he's trying to see is like whether or not there is a seed at the heart of it, like something that he can hit. Like that's what he's keeping an eye out for.
Okay.
Because at that point,
perception
if
check.
he sees something, then he's got a plan.
Yeah.
Uno momento, por favor.
I just saw the comment, like a deer in the headlights of another deer.
Okay, so he got a 14. That's not a terrible perception roll.
And actually, it's not hard, like, to see if you're looking for it. So you're looking for, something that would make sense to exploit as a weakness. And all of this green light, you trace back and it comes from, like, a core. So like that green light is like pulsing in the darkness of this thing, whatever this thing is. And it's almost like, what do you call the one that you can kind of see through, but you kind of can't see through? It's just like
opaque.
Translucent.
Opaque. Thank you. Yeah. Opaque is great. So it's sort of opaque black, like full of this kind of almost foggy smokiness, but in the core of it is this pulsing green stone. If you had to put a name to it, you would probably call it like coal that's pulsing with green energy. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, right in the center of this thing. And so you're like, as you spot that, the sleigh takes another like jump. It's now that you've got something that you're kind of moving towards very purposefully, you notice how it almost seems to teleport in the space. So it's like instead of taking small steps, you just take one giant leap and the space kind of folds underneath you and brings you closer. And you just sort of appear like on top of this thing is sort of what it looks like to you guys out of nowhere. Yeah.
Cool. So as we get like closer to it, and narratively, I don't think we need to actually be measuring this. We're just going to go with like what feels good in our hearts.
Yes, obviously it does get a turn because you guys are closer now too. So and it is bottom of the initiative because it rolled like crap. So as you guys get closer like that, I doubt that's going to do anything major, but it tries to knock out its hooves at the front of the pack, which obviously is Blitzen. So we're looking at a 16 to hit. Does a 16 hit you?
Does my AC change at all from being transformed? Am I using a different stat block, or am I just...
Nope, we're still using your same stats, yeah.
My AC is 18.
Okay, so does not hit. Yep.
Chunky.
Does not hit. Yeah, so like you manage to fly out of the way of these hooves as they come storming in towards you. And they're massive. Like this thing is like 3 times the size of you, right? Yeah. So just, yeah. And as it comes down, no. It can actually also bite. So it's going to bite.
It's got a bite as well.
Yeah. Hooves and a bite. And it's a +6 again, so that makes it a 20.
Yeah, if it's still aiming at me, then yes, it does.
Well, yeah, I guess no one else.
That's
enough.
actually a crit on Rudolph, though, so it could go for Rudolph. He's right there.
Roll me,
He's so vulnerable.
Roll me a like just because I like the idea of Rudolph getting bit, but the hell of this thing. Roll me a dig save to try and get out of the way and leave Rudolph like in the way. Rudolph can't.
That's a natural 20.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so like this thing comes down and you just manage to move your butt out of the way, like, but you've been riding so close to Rudolph because you've been kicking him in the face every time. So you like haven't wanted to be apart from him very far. And so it was coming in, it like tried to kick you with hooves and you got out of the way. So it swung around, and as it swings around, you just move like the neck of Rudolph right in the way because he's completely blind. He cannot move out of the way. Unfortunately for poor Rudolph, he's going to have to roll a saving throw against this, and he rolls a 5, so that's good. Rudolph starts to slow down and like not be able to pull things as like, and you actually see like color leach out of him, and like the bright lights that are on your hooves is kind of like you galloping and stuff sort of dim, and he sort of turns like more dark in the fur, like literally his life has been sucked somewhat out of him.
He was like that when I got here.
Yeah. Yep. So back to the top. Let's go. Josh, I think you had a plan. I think you had a plan for Jackie, right?
Yep. So gonna take it like half a beat, turn to Puddle and be like, buddy, I'm gonna need you to like put in a little more work because I gotta try something on right now. We're gonna see how we do.
You betcha.
Hopefully I'll be back. So pull harder. And I'm gonna like shrug out of the harness and start running up the backs. Like, so as I turn back into my water genasi self, start running up the backs of the reindeer. As I go past Blitzen, you are acting like an absolute dick, and just step off Blitzen's forehead to step of the wind into the storm, going for that core. As I pull one of the beads off my necklace of fireball to just hammer and use that as like a bounce to try and sort of almost like squirrel suit free fall back to the harness as the fireball goes.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
So like it may not be clear to everyone that I've been rewatching the Mission Impossible movies.
No, I'm totally following you. What is my dex save on this fireball for full damage versus half damage? Like that's what I want to know right now.
Oh, that is an excellent call. I would say, let me just double check here.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it hasn't even got
DC 15.
There you go. DC 15 works for me.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't know that my camera is gonna like watch this roll very well, but this could be the difference between dead for our mere or alive. So, oh, dudes, that's a 16 on the roll. That is a 16 on the dice. Oh, okay. So what is our half damage? Roll high. If you're rolling damage, roll high.
Oh, I absolutely am rolling damage.
Nice.
So that's a 3rd level fireball, which is
8d6.
8d6. Oh yeah, that's exciting.
But my
But my half.
My poor reindeer. It could be all over.
Can you hear this?
So many dice.
That's a sound. Love
that.
That
is a sound.
It's 12, 14, 18, 21. So call it 10. 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Okay, still standing. Okay. Like, but not looking good. Like, this is like, and you see the green light kind of all spilling out all weird too. Like, it's like spilling out in a way that it wasn't before. Like, the green is bigger. And things are kind of cracking and falling apart. And you see like smoke kind of tendrils. So it's like struggling to hold its form from before. Yeah. Looking less and less reindeer-y as it goes.
I do feel like I need to sort of like do some kind of athletics or dexterity check to see whether I can like land back on the harness. Like, just seems...
That's fair.
That's an 11.
I say you get close to the harness and you're going to fly, like you're going to keep falling. Now the problem is like as soon as you get anywhere near the harness, right, like you have agreed to be a reindeer, so you're now falling as a reindeer. So
however, I will say that does actually work out quite well for me because the reindeer, as previously established, can walk on the air. So that's fine. Exactly. The water genasi cannot walk on the air.
Yeah.
I can do
so you're
cool
just
shit.
like kind of a little bit off to the side of the harness. Like you're making yourself kind of a target over there. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Puddle and Blitzen, who's up? Who's got an idea? This thing does not look good.
What's your idea?
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Okay, I need to ask a clarifying question first. Is this reindeer a celestial, elemental, fae, or fiend?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to use Channel Divinity, Arcane Abjuration. So I'm going to present my holy symbol, which in this case is my reindeer antlers.
Only it wouldn't be a holy symbol because obviously in Isen there are no deities,
it's a holy
no
symbol.
no worship.
That's what we discovered.
It's a holy symbol?
Yeah, it's a holy symbol.
Holy
Thank
symbol.
you. I
That's
missed
what Blitzen said.
Yeah.
Now, a creature of my choice has to make a wisdom saving throw, provided it can see or hear me.
Yes, can see and hear.
So wisdom DC 14.
Okay. How does a 6?
That's a fail. So it is turned for 1 minute. It must spend its turns trying to move as far away from me as it can. It can't willingly end its move in a space within 30 feet of me. It can't take reactions. And for its action, it can only use dash or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. So it has to try and flee from me as my nose glows a pure like piercing yellow as I'm like my arcane abjuration is
oh wow, if only Rudolph could see that.
Nice. Nice.
I'm narrating this to him so that he knows about it.
It's not his turn yet technically, but it looks like he's going to do exactly that unless Puddle has nothing to do or Puddle wants to do something,
against the
before it seems to be about to run away. Like
if it takes damage, this effect will end.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. No, we're trying to basically I'm gonna try and speed us up, I guess.
Oh yeah. Because Rudolph is dragon.
Yeah.
Like,
so I'm
definitely.
I'm going to cast Gust of Wind and have it in a line from the back of us to the front.
Yep. I love it. Yep.
So give us a tailwind.
Yeah, amazing.
I'm into it. Yeah, and so as you do that, and you move with pace towards this like reindeer, right? And
everybody hold on to your socks.
And and everybody's like, because you're like moving faster towards this thing, but it just turns on its heel and just absolutely dashes away. And you like see Hanakoko pop into being for a minute and be like, well, that's ironic. That was Dasher. And then and then just kind of keeps teleporting, goes back to what he's doing again. As this thing just like turns on heel and green light just spilling out and then like clears. And then you return to these beautiful starry skies where you can just see crystal clear and you can watch like the lights of your hooves underneath you just pounding in something in the middle of the sky as you just pick up pace again. And you see upcoming a giant lake. Which some of you, if you've been to Lakeside before, might be familiar with as you see it approaching and you realize the sleigh is feeling a lot lighter than it was before, and you're pounding towards it. And he kind of does a loop of the lake and then for the first time sort of goes, whoa, 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 and starts to like pull on the reins a bit. He's like, ho, 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 we have reached Lakeside as I've promised. Still want to leave?
Absolutely, yes. I have an assignment due next month. I need to get back to school.
And yeah, you see the lights glowing of the local tavern in Lakeside. Everybody's spilling out. You can see now like there's a big gathering of, what looks to be various adventurers of all kinds as you get closer and closer. They look up, thinking that they see something, and then everybody kind of looks down again like they have absolutely not seen a thing. And Hanakoko just lands this thing in the back alley behind the Lakeside Tavern and nods to you all and then clicks his fingers and the sleigh reins release you. So you're standing there underneath them still, like they're still balanced on your shoulder, but you're you again. And he goes, contract fulfilled. Although, sorry about this, but we'll expect to see you next year. And if you don't come, it's going to feel really bad. Like it's going to feel like you're like not doing what you're supposed to. I can't help that. I'm sorry. Don't fight it. It gets worse.
Cool.
Fear not, Hanakoko. I will always be there for you.
Cool.
Tell you what, buddy, you can expect in one hand, shit in the other, and you tell me which gets full first.
And also, like, I feel like maybe next year give Rudolph the night off because he did not really perform this year.
You know what? Yeah, no,
like, he looks really bad.
I can sort of unsentient them and turn them back to a much more normal life once they get to this point where they sort of it's kind of all they know how to do. I don't know if you met those ones, sort of.
Yeah.
I think could you do that to Blitzen?
Yeah, I think it's
really
more.
Reached the end
I think it's less about like losing sentience and more about like extolling the virtues of humility, being a team player, and being part of an ensemble. And how
right.
Instead of cutting the legs out from under your teammates and making them blind, and I just can't imagine who would have been doing that.
Rudolph was who was doing all of those things. Yeah.
I'll see what's going on with him. Let's just get him back. All right, team. And everybody's like, yeah, hey, we didn't lose anybody this year. This is great. Everybody's like, high vibes.
Thanks. That's okay.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Like everybody's like, cheers. Like, hey, we saved Christmas. Woo.
Wetmas.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what they call it here.
Legally distinct.
I never understood that. Yeah. And as he sort of clicks his fingers
before
again,
he takes off, I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, hey, look. It was all very confusing back at the village, but I knew that being part of this Wetmas thing, you had to come and bring a gift. And I'm from the artistic school at Strixhaven, so we made a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to fuss it around in my pouch, and I'm going to pull out like a little crystal lightning bolt, and I'll be like, I made these, and I was going to give them to the adventurers here, but because, it's the whole giving thing, I thought maybe you'd want one, and I'll hand one to Hanakoko and be like, here you go. Happy Wetmas.
Yeah, he takes it and he looks at you and he's like, you were always on the good list.
Oh,
like, yeah. He's like hangs onto it and kind of puts it into like a breast pocket and like taps it,
As he does that, you see Jackie just kind of go like that and squeeze some water out of the air so that like a wet patch just spreads around it. Look, it was supposed to be soaking wet is what it was supposed to be. I'm just in keeping with the season. You can keep me on whichever one of your watch lists you want, you weird old man. I'll see you in a year, I guess.
He nods to you and he's like, Merry Moistmas to you, Jackie Sleet.
And a moist new year to you too.
Blitzen?
Mr. Coco, sir, I will continue to spread the word and make sure everybody knows all about your glory and how much Rudolph sucks.
Just don't mention that you're actually one of awkward things happen, okay? Just look after yourself. Though. I need that nose next year.
You got it.
Top.
And then my nose does a little ting.
Yeah. And then he's like, to all, a merry Wetmas and a good night. Maddie Kitahimite! And he like takes off into the sky, like warp speed into into the sky and just.
He really was a weird old man.
Hey. Yeah.
Weird old man with some terrifying compulsion spells and a surveillance network that makes me feel deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to my lecturers about how to break a gaius. That doesn't sound good.
That's not a good time.
Oh. And you walk around the corner towards the Lakeside Tavern and are promptly pelted with water guns. And that's the end of the episode. Oh, thank you so much for joining our adventure today, everybody out there in Twitchland. We hope to see you again. If you were listening to the podcast on the podcast app of your choice, maybe come along to the live stream to catch the action directly as it happens. We stream every second Wednesday, NZDT 7:30, and we would love to see you there. Although we are going to take a little wee break over Christmas, which I'm sure you can forgive us for as we rest, recoup, and we'll be back again soon. Many amazing people are involved with the production of this podcast. I'm incredibly grateful for their hard work and dedication. So I want to give a big shout out to my partner in crime, Brad Zimmerman, editor of the polished episodes you hear and responsible for the original design of World of Isen and Book One. Thank you so much to Amy Ward Art, who has been keeping the Twitch stream an amazing, glittery, wholesome place to be. Thank you so much for doing that. And thank you to, Haunted Sandwich for our character art, usually for Sidebars, Aiden Mesa Photography for capturing players in real life, and Kiwi RPG, Kiamu Whakatau o Aotearoa for continuing to support our wee little crazy Wharebaim podcast that we have here and other awesome Kiwi podcasts on the network. Guys, what we normally do here is we normally announce the Patreon list and usually the Sidebars dance. So I'm going to need you to fill that slot if that's okay. So I'm going to say a whole lot of names and you guys can just kind of make whatever movement you want on stream. All right. So thank you very much to our Patreon, Alex White Robinson, Irene Cucci, Laura Kristen Goodwin, Sam Malcolm, Kay, Victoria and Gavin Portal, Daniel Nichols, Squished, Malcolm Crowe is dead for most of the Sixth Sense, Alec Kites, Andrew Evans, Kaisa Fox, Zekiel, Tara Borelli, Christian H, Disturbed One and Z says the real life Wen of the Forgotten says remember the Forgotten while he says meow, but we all know what he means. Lyndon Hood, Tom Ailey, hashtag Paul Smells, what did the sushi say to the bee? Erica Jane, Penny D, Aaron Gilgren, Moji, Danielle the Tea Lady, Lady of the Tea and the Tea Leaves, Liz from A Time to Die, D&T podcast, Paul Chalk, hashtag Thomas Cool, the sushi said wasabi. That's our Patreon. Thank you for that. And last but very much not least, I want to give it over to my amazing special guest players that have joined me here on the stream tonight to tell you where to find them, plug anything that they want to plug, and say whatever they want to say to end us up here tonight. Take it away, team.
Cool. So I'm Josh. I've been playing Jackie Sleet this evening. It's been a whole lot of fun. I hope you guys have had fun too. I'm a big old nerd who does nerdy stuff as much as he can and is challenging to find on social media because I like it that way. So good luck, I guess. I can throw it over to Allan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hi. I'm Allan Henry, a thoroughly strange person. I'm a big nerd and a wonderful, cute weirdo. I have been Puddle, who was a really wonderful storm sorcerer from Strixhaven, just looking to have a good time. But you can find me all over the show, doing various motion capture projects and performance capture projects, traveling to conventions. I also play and DM for a bunch of other TTRPGs, not just the wonderful Fate of Isen, but also on Guild Superior, Restless Barbarian. So if you ever want a player or a DM for a stream game, let me know, because I love it, and I'm a weirdo. But yes, remember, you are loved. be excellent to each other over these holidays. It could be a stressful time.
And I'm Penny D. You can find me on some platforms. I don't use Elon Musk's platform anymore because he's weird and evil. But the other ones you can usually find me there as Penny D on most of them, or Penny DEE on some of them. I currently don't have like a creative output that I'm working on, but watch this space because I am currently working on a brand new podcast with some close friends of mine who we're going to be starting a brand new podcasting D&D adventure very soon that we'll be releasing. We're not quite ready to announce it yet, but there is going to be some stuff coming up pretty shortly. I'm really excited. And just on a personal note from me, this time of the year, Wetmas, is this is a good time to exercise your charity muscles, your donation muscles. If there are any local food banks around you, they always appreciate a little bit of food. A lot of people go hungry this time of year. So if you can afford, if that's something that you have the flexibility to do, please make sure that you donate to local food banks or to other local charities that maybe match your heart, or even just to a homeless person because they're nice and they deserve to eat as well.
Love that. Love that. Thanks, Penny. Thanks, Allan. Thanks, Josh. I have been your silliest, craziest, Christmas DM, Julz. And you can find me on most places under Julz from NZ. And I have really, really enjoyed hanging out with you today. I hope you had a good time with my silliness, turning into reindeers, tracking down wolves, lost children,
morally grey.
A lot of cultural appropriation, some hana koko to by the way, genuinely, Father Christmas in Te Reo Māori is actually hana koko. So that's a good one for you to learn, as well as Mere Kirahimete, which is how you say Merry Christmas in Te Reo Māori.
Mere Kirahimete.
Yeah. Some good little tuckaways for you if you're looking to increase your te reo vocab, like I'm trying to do every day. Try and pick up one more thing because that's what we do. Cool. So thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciated the chat being just so hyped tonight. It was just so awesome to see all of you there just enjoying yourselves. And with that, I'm going to say my usual in nohora, ka kite ano, aroha nui. Goodbye. We will see you again very soon. And I love you loads. Bye, everybody.